the station on your side. This is WAVY News 10.
Tropical storm Andrea is tonight's top story. Florida already felt the effects.
The storm pounded Tampa with heavy rains and wind. Power lines are down, trees are snapped, and homes there are damaged. We won't likely encounter this in Hampton Roads, but we will get something from the storm.
We are on your side tonight with team coverage of what you can expect, what's happening before the storm, and the potential impact.
We begin our coverage in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center with Don Slater.
Okay, we want to take a look at what's going on with this storm. It's really quite healthy, and this storm is likely to remain healthy for a little bit longer. Then it'll start to fall apart as it continues to move on in over North Florida and into southern Georgia. Lots and lots of rain with this thing. Here's the latest from the Hurricane Center. Just now came out. I want to show you what's going on with that and give you an idea of what's going on with that. 65-mile-an-hour winds, and again, moving to the northeast now at 17 miles an hour. Here are the map coordinates just over land, again to the southeast of Tallahassee, Florida. Where's this thing going? Well, there's where it is. By Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it is to our southwest with 45-mile-an-hour winds. There's where it is by Saturday morning. It's off the eastern shore with 45-mile-an-hour winds. And again, that thing is going to move on off into the Atlantic. So it's going to move just to our west by the looks of things right now. That means that it could contain a lot of rain with it as it moves on through. It's going to hit tomorrow. Rain is still our biggest threat. We're likely to see very heavy rain into parts of the area for tomorrow. We'll show you what's going on with that. Friday's rain, 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain, likely to produce moderate street flooding. And we could see some pockets of rainfall of around 3 to 4 inches of rainfall, especially into the peninsula as well. So once again, that's what we're looking at as far as rainfall. Now, there's another headline here which says that it's going to be windy tomorrow afternoon. So what's with that? Friday's winds are going to be increasing to 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusting at times to around 35 to 40, mainly at the bay and the coastline. Now, other lesser threats. There are a couple of other lesser threats out there, and there's going to be some nuisance tidal flooding at 9:26 p.m. Now, I don't want you to be too terribly concerned about either one of these. We could see some small, isolated tornadoes. They are possible, but not very likely at all. So again, we're watching this storm very carefully. We'll go through it step by step, show you what's going on in just a few minutes.
All right, and because of Tropical Storm Andrea, Currituck County schools will be closed tomorrow. Also, Busch Gardens and Water Country USA closed Friday because of this weather. Tomorrow's parade of sail for Harbor Fest is canceled. The first event, Harbor Feast, was set to start tonight at 6 at Town Point Park, but it has been moved to Nauticus. Friday's events have also moved. 10 of your side's Art Kahn is live on the waterfront now with details. And Art, Norfolk has been celebrating Harbor Fest for more than 3 decades now. Has anything like this ever happened before?
Well, I'll tell you, the answer to that question is yes and no. In the 37-year history of Harbor Fest, I'm told that the parade of sail has been canceled once before, although even event organizers can't recall exactly what year that happened. Now, as we all know, Harbor Fest is no stranger to bouts with inclement weather. However, this will be the first time a tropical system has ever crashed the party.
It is the official kickoff of Harbor Fest, and people come from throughout Hampton Roads and across the country to witness the famous parade of sail. The vessels that sail in the parade have in the past come from as far away as Chile, Brazil, and other ports abroad. A spectacular sight to behold, but not this year.
And we will take that direction from the Coast Guard and from the Pilot Association. But
No parade of sail for Harbor Fest?
Safety's first. Safety's first on the water.
Fest Event CEO Karen Scherberger says this has happened once before, but she can't remember when. Neither can I. But with Andrea making her way north, caution is the right course for these beautiful ships and their crews.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I'm happy to be here snug, tied to a dock, rather than out there in the middle of the ocean with it coming in.
Hank Mosley is the skipper of the Virginia, and he respects the decision to cancel the parade. Recent history also lends merit to the decision. In October of last year, another famous tall ship met with tragedy off the coast of North Carolina trying to outrun a hurricane.
The HMS Bounty. and they decided to risk it and, you know, got themselves in a situation and the ship sank. And we are absolutely never going to put any of our boaters in harm's way.
That's something that all of us within this community followed very closely. We had friends on board, we had people that we know on board, so you know that's never far from our minds anytime we put a ship to sea.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, the Parade of Sail isn't the only event scratched from the schedule on Friday. In fact, there are a lot of events that have now been canceled, too many for me to name right now. However, you can go to WAVY.com, and we have a complete list of all of those canceled events as well as the revised schedule for you. Now, there is one other big signature event, along with all the music that Harbor Fest is famous for, and that's the fireworks show. What about that? Is that still going to happen? Tonight at 6, I'll have that answer for you. Live from the waterfront in Portsmouth, ArtCon, 10 on your side.
And 2 minutes ago, you just heard Don Slater talking about a lot of rain expected with Andrea, and that means the potential for flooding. VDOT and city crews have spent the last few days doing what they can to prevent flooding during your commute. That's a big thing we're watching right now. 10 on your side's Lauren Compton's live in Portsmouth. And Lauren, how has VDOT prepared for this?
Well, Tom, for starters, they have canceled and postponed roadwork projects for tomorrow because of the storm that's coming through here. They've also spent a good portion of the day making sure the drains along the interstates and roadways are clear for the very heavy rainfall we're expecting tomorrow. Now, today on I-264 and I-64, VDOT's large vacuuming trucks were out scooping up the debris and things that clog those lanes along the interstate. I've been told by VDOT officials that is usually what causes the problem. Debris gets in there, then the water gets in there, and that causes a whole lot of mess for folks out here on the roadways. And even before Tropical Storm Andrea developed, VDOT crews say that maintenance crews have been working to clear the drains along the interstates on the south side and the peninsula for the last 2 weeks. So VDOT crews tell me that they are very confident that these drains will be able to withstand the rain that we're expecting tomorrow. Crews will also be on standby.
During the storm, we're out there monitoring those drains again, and we're also going to have a tree trimming company on call tomorrow should anything become a potential hazard or we need removal from the roadway.
In Norfolk are known for flooding as well during big storms, so crews with the Public Works Department was also out there clearing storm drains and ditches in very flood-prone areas. And we got some video of that earlier today. They're hoping that this will prevent those drains from clogging and then causing a mess for commuters tomorrow. Now, because of the flooding tomorrow, a lot of you may not be able to avoid it. Coming up tonight at 5:30, we'll tell you some areas you might want to avoid that are prone to flooding on the interstates and roadways. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Lauren Compton, 10 on your side.
And with wind gusts approaching tropical storm strength, you might want to make sure that things are secure around your home and include your trash can, grill, outdoor furniture, toys, pet dishes, anything that can blow away and cause damage.
Virginia Beach officials canceled tomorrow's performances for the Hardee's Latin Fest at the oceanfront because of the impending weather. There's also a big sand soccer tournament this weekend. 10 on your side's Andy Fox continues our live team coverage now from Virginia Beach. Andy.
Hey guys, we are down here at 24th Street and we are getting ready, hopefully keeping our fingers crossed, for a big weekend. You can see the stage down there, and then we've got a whole bunch of sand soccer fields set up, and over here is the largest inflatable water slide, and then as you keep going down here, you got the tent set up for a big weekend and more sand soccer fields. Everyone's preparing, but they are keeping their eyes on this little storm called Andrea. It's a red flag type of day at the oceanfront, waving dangerous conditions. It could be that type of weekend, too. Head lifeguard Tom Gill.
I don't think it'll be hard because I don't think a bunch of people are going to come out here. And if you are thinking that that's going to be a good time to come out, it's not. Use some common sense and stay out of the water.
This is the Virginia Beach Surf Rescue School. They are training for certification to do the real thing. With the Virginia Beach Life Saving Service, which is operated by Gill, they are very concerned about Saturday and Sunday. Beware days, they call them.
All those winds and all those bigger waves that we get tomorrow are going to break up the ocean floor a little bit, break into our sandbars. And when that happens, that's when we get the holes in the sandbars. That creates rip currents.
Virginia Beach keeping a weather eye just in case flooding becomes an issue.
We had stormwater crews go out at the crack of dawn today, make sure all the stormwater drains are cleared, the stormwater pump stations are working. The vacuum trucks were in good shape to go. We've got building maintenance. They've gone around to all the city buildings to be sure the drainage is working correctly.
The potential bad weather has not canceled anything with the North America Sand Soccer Championships yet. 927 teams with 10,000 players about to hit the beach.
We're a little bit worried in the sense that, especially if the tide comes in, we'll have to reset some of our fields. We may have to work on our tents and just working on fixing some of our nets. That's really the only thing we're worried about.
That's the only thing they're worried about. Got a jet flying over. That's going to be a big part. Coming up tonight on WAVY News 10 at 6, we're going to talk with tourists, find out what they're doing to prepare for the storm. That story coming up tonight at the oceanfront. Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And because of Tropical Storm Andrea, there is a high surf and rip current warning to our south. Lifeguards rescued 6 swimmers from an Alabama beach yesterday when they got caught in a powerful rip current in Gulf Shores.
We have continuing coverage of Andrea throughout our 90 minutes of news, as well as on WAVY.com, Facebook, and Twitter. Tonight at 5:30, where are you most likely to hit those trouble spots because of Andrea on the highways? The answer from VDOT, and still ahead at 5.
We're waiting for answers to find out who, why, and what's the deal.
Hear from the family of a man shot and killed in the parking lot of a Hampton 7-Eleven.